Hello, my name's Holly Flink. Sorry, things are moving around. So my name's Holly Flink. This is for, game art and animation. 105. I don't know the codes. And this is my vector art level, so we had to do a pixel art level, and this is my vector art level. I hope that I'm sounding clear and loud enough because my AC is on, and my AC is broken and it's loud. It's very loud. So, two things before I actually play the game and show off the art. I hate vector art. It's the most annoying thing in the whole world, and I want it to die. And second of all, I got really lazy with building the construct level. Like, my art, I did okay with. Like, there were some enemies that I didn't have to actually make for a grade, but I made them, and they're okay. The boss, let's not even talking about the boss. But a lot of my stuff is okay, and I can hopefully explain some things that are going on. So let's get on it. I also didn't make a lot of UI because I was like, I need to make my enemy, but I don't have time to draw an enemy, and then, what? Okay, sure, So here's the first thing. First things first, you can't really see the ground, but there's actually a lot of detail. It's just construct. It looks totally fine in Photoshop, and, like, I think if I blow it up too, like, to look at the actual tile map, or the actual sprite of it, it looks totally fine. It's just where in construct, the light levels in this game are really, really bright, apparently. I'd also like to talk about the background. I forgot to put shading. I knew there were so many things that you told me, Portillo, that I forgot to do, and the shading in the background was one of them. But it's just a tile map background, and it's kind of that was yummy. So there's that. I got a little starfish around. Oh, this game is chugging. We got rocks. I pointed with my finger. We have rocks. Starfish shells. There's an umbrella right here. So, first things first, this ugly thing that's in the corner. This is some of my UI designs. You have his health bar, which looks different because construct sucks. And then this is, you have to kill that many guys to unlock the door to get to the boss, which has a health bar. So that's my shooting animation. He gets bigger than he actually is, because in construct he's actually really tiny. Oop, I didn't mean to fire that one. But in Photoshop, it looks decent. Animation sucked, and I hated it. But anyways, see the brown looks totally fine. So we're gonna, whoop, there's some more decals. We have, this wood beam is a decal. This is up there. It's a barbed wire. This is a platform right here. And then we have our dirt tile map. It's supposed to, so we have a sand level going on, as well as like a little, like, war type thing. So I try to make this into like a war bunker, like you see in the movies, or like you would see in war, like the tunnels, or like trenches almost kind of idea. So you have your barbed wires and wooden posts to keep it up, and then it has some other things. But first of all, let's kill this guy. The animation doesn't look honestly too bad to me. Some of the shading is different on all of them because my shading brush is being weird. Here's another decal. It's a, ow, stabbed my back into these rocks. It's a helmet that has a bullet hole in it, and there's blood on the bullet hole. Don't even worry about it. Made it really sad. Let's see if I can get hit. Okay, so I lose some health, right? Didn't mean to kill him so quickly. Then we have our little ladders, which is not a decal, it's actually also a tile map. That's super broken. Don't worry about it. So now we're up here, and now we have our little, we're back on the beach, because it's supposed to be a beach, kind of, war level. Oh, he fucking, I'm trying not to cuss. I'm so sorry, that was bad. I'm not editing this. He actually hurt me a lot. I have 10 health. Okay, so now this health bar came up, and this is the boss's health bar. Which I should have made a background for. So we have this, which is like an actual thing that I made, and then this blue health bar goes over it when originally it was supposed to be red. I should have made one for the boss. I didn't think about it until now, but I don't have time. This is also another thing, another platform. God damn it, stop. I hate constructs so much. So there's that. We got our umbrella. You know, we have oh, shoot. Jeez. He can shoot you from a ways. So this is the boss. He's derpy looking. He's supposed to be a swordfish. Oh, I'm gonna die. I died. Yikes. You get the gist of it. I don't have to play it again. Nothing happens when you win. So that's my construct level with vector art. I hate vector art. The tile map, I hate Illustrator so much. I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. I hate Illustrator so much. And I hate the pen tool. I hate it. It's awful. And I'd rather do pixel art. This was an awful experience, and I hate vector art with a burning passion. I'd rather do pixel art. I realized. And, so, yeah, that's my level. I can even go ahead and show you all the art assets. I can't, because I didn't save them. Oh, what I can do, though, is I can open some of these. That's what I can do. This is the boss. He's derpy. He's supposed to be a swordfish. I made him totally last minute, and had no kind of design for him, so he's a little derpy. I just totally forgot that I was making this a shooter instead of a platformer, so there's that. This is the bullet that I made, which I forgot to put in so many things. Single shot, and I was supposed to do health pickups. I forgot. So that's the bullet, but that's okay. So here's the dirt. This is the dirt. He's big, but I tried to make him look like dirt. I don't know if it worked. In a sense. So there's dirt. This is the door that keeps you separated from the boss until you keep all 5 enemies. This is the enemy, which is, he's big and he looks derpy, but he actually looks pretty good. He's got shading, a lot of shading going on. It's really rough shading, so I wasn't sure how to do the shading on him. So he's a little rough, shady boy. But even his clothes have shading, which I did with the burn and dodge tool. So he's angry mouth. He's a little angry guy. He's angry. So he's kind of cute. Yeah. That's the health bar. I added this circle because I forgot that it was blue on a blue background. Good design choice. Idiot. There's the helmet. See, I did not do that. Someone told me to do it and I went. This is the little hover platform, which I think is adorable because it's supposed to be sci-fi. You're playing as a Slitherbot, and so I threw in some sci-fi elements with the hover things, and you being a robot snake, which is why your tail transforms from 3 spikes into a gun, and then fires and then goes back. So that's what I was trying to go for there, if you didn't get that. This is a little key. It's just him with a white circle in the background. This is what the ladder looks like. He's a ladder boy. He's got a little ladder boy. This is the lander, which is, I call the lander because I don't know what it's called, which is just the dirt platform underneath. This is the rocks, which I love. They're like the only thing that I made good because I just dodged this and made this bright and it looks actually like rocks. Probably could use some scuffs, but the brushes in Photoshop kind of suck. See, in here, and I guess it looks really bright in here too. In Photoshop, it doesn't look this bright. It's really bright on here, but it's actually not this bright in Photoshop at all. And it might be because it's dark, like Photoshop has a dark background, so it kind of stands out, but like this is really bright. But it's not as bright as it is in the actual level. So there's that sand boy. This is our shell boy, which I definitely wish had more shading, and I wish I actually knew how to draw a shell, which I don't, so it looks kind of derpy. This is my Slitherbot. He's really tiny in Construct, but in Photoshop, he's roughly the same size as animations. If you look at my animation assignment, Portillo, he does get a tad bit bigger because his tail got lengthened, so his body like bulked up. I struggled really hard with that, and it wasn't good. See, here's where you can actually tell. So he's the same size. He's a little buffier, a little beefier. Gets skinny back down. Gets a little buffy again. Gets a little buffy again. Buffy, and then he goes back to being skinny. So he kind of keeps the same shape up until here, and I tried erasing to try to slim him down. Didn't work. So he's a little beefy boy. This is Starfish, which definitely do think needs some more shading. It was just kind of like made the star shape in Illustrator, and then I colored it in Photoshop, and I was like, kind of should have done more with it. He's also off a bit right here, but he definitely needs some shading. I'll be the first to say that. This is the tile background that I've made. I'm actually really proud of it. It looks way better in Photoshop. It looks kind of fuzzy because I had to shrink it down to fit the canvas size of Construct. It definitely needed shading, and I forgot to do that, and I kept telling myself, oh, you need to do that, and I made a checklist on my phone and everything of what I needed to do to change everything, and I didn't do it because I'm a terrible human being. Anyways, moving on. This is the underneath ground, so it's kind of like rocky, and it's got like dirt, sand kind of colors and whatnot for this area, because it's like below ground and this is above ground type of thing. And then I made this last minute just for the sides so it wasn't white, because the camera in Construct is just the worst, and so it goes down. You can see this, so I made that little bit. This is the umbrella, which I think I realized why there's these lines here, which you can totally see now that I brought it up, but my dodge tool wasn't on a spray brush, it was on like a hard brush, so it was giving you these hard lines instead of like the brush look, which is why, but my burn tool was like actually not doing that, which is why it's like dark here and doesn't look liney here, and I figured it out last minute, and I didn't fix it because I forgot, because I'm terrible. Also realized the dodge tool wasn't working. I don't know if it was something that I was doing. It wouldn't work on the reds of my enemy. It was like, it just wouldn't brighten it up at all. And it also wouldn't work on my actual character. It would take a lot for the burn tool to actually get him dark on here, but like he would not brighten up at all. Like he would not darken or lighten. The blue just wouldn't take the dodge and burn. And I don't know why. And then I made this little water shooty boy for the boss, which was the total last minute. And this is the wooden planks that you see below deck. So that's my Construct level. That's all my art assets. I'm sorry that it's not that good, Portillo. And I'm sorry there's a lot of things that I forgot. And I know what I forgot, and I know that I could totally should have been better about it, but it wasn't really last minute. I was lazy on a lot of the art stuff, mainly the last minute boss stuff, because I totally forgot about him. Nor do I really need a boss. Could have just been like, kill these 5 enemies and you win. Because, you know, it's not about making the level, it's about doing the art. And I would say most of my art is pretty decent, but it is lacking some shadows. But there's my level. So thank you for watching. And thank you for teaching us, Portillo, because this was really helpful. I can now make UI. I want to be a UI designer, so now I can make UI for a game that I'm working on with some friends, and it might be my new SIP because I'm trashing my old one. So now I can make UI, which I think will be a big boost in not only my game design abilities, but a big boost in finding jobs later down in the future. So this class was really helpful, and it was a really good class for me to learn. So thank you. Thank you for watching. This is my contract level once again. Vector Art, Game Art and Animation 105. Okay, bye.